Alright guys,
Welcome back.
We are back. This is the third part of the first ever Paul Riley PR extravaganza interview, whatever, whatchamacallit you want to call.
PR interviews.
Yeah, let's just go with that. Okay, so in our last episode we were getting into favorites. And so I have one more favorite question that I want to ask you guys.
Alright, shoot.
And it's, what's your favorite food? This one should be quick. You don't have to give a big explanation. Just...
Fuck. You should, I'm just going to say Italian.
Me, I love steak. I love medium well steak, especially if it's from Texas Roadhouse or Charlie's in town. Love it.
Honestly, if you ask me, I just love red meat in general, like steak, burger, sausage,
pork chop.
Good one. I'm not into processed meats as much anymore. However, Slim Jims I'm still big into, so
Nice haircut, by the way.
That's just me. So that's all.
You should have done
Next question.
Should have done this 2 weeks earlier. I had a mustache like Dale Earnhardt. You guys would have liked it.
Okay, so I had this question earlier in my mind in the second part of the interview.
Mm-hmm.
After I asked a question to you guys about do you ever think the channel will end? And you guys said some things, and it kind of got me thinking about, you guys started saying that we're all going to end up going our own way one time. But I was thinking in my mind that, it's a possibility that this could happen. One day we're going to end up going all our separate ways. But there's also a possibility that one day we can always come back together and reunite and do Funny Bros.
And
one last time.
And it would be the help from our fans saying, they need to come back.
Well, that is a good thing, and actually, if we do end up going our separate ways, I will be looking forward to Funny Bros reunion. That's what I think we will
Yes,
name
most
that.
definitely.
I think that would be great. This interview's not just for the information of you guys and everybody on social media or YouTube to get to know you guys. It's also, you guys are also throwing ideals for us to bounce off for our channel. So we're throwing pretty much everything in by doing this interview.
Right.
So, so I kind of am going to know the answer to some of your guys' questions on this next one. But what is your biggest fear out of anything?
I would have to say spiders. I'm arachnophobic. I hate anything that crawls or bites. It's just spiders.
I have a couple of things I fear for. I'm a fear of death, which everybody is fearful of death, because sadly for all of us, it's going to happen eventually. My grandmother's always said to me, you don't know when you can die. I don't know, I'm not going to get religious, and I'm not going to get anyone offended by being religious, but you don't know when until he comes and knocking on your door, and when you're next. He's the one that takes you home. And another thing I'm a big fear for, I'm afraid, I always fear of not being cared for. Like, am I put on this earth for nothing? And I fear that, what's my life to anyone? And I don't, it's not like I don't like criticism. I want people to not technically criticize me, but I want their honest opinions about what should I do with my life? Do I do things wrong? Should I make different approaches on different things? But yet make my own decisions in the end. My whole point is, I feel like a lot of people tend to judge before they tend to talk to people to get to know people.
Exactly, they judge too quickly.
And not to get all relationship size and get into that in your channel. I don't like doing that. I don't want to take it away from your channel.
No. Let me stop you right there for a minute. You guys aren't taking anything away from me. If anything, I see these 3-part videos of this one interview as just a window of opportunity for ideals. Like I said, bouncing off just this video. We're bouncing them off. We're getting views for our channels. We're throwing the views around in other people's stuff. We're getting more views.
We're
for,
sharing viewers so we can
Anyway,
progress
anyway, to
the
continue,
joy.
I've never been fortunate enough to say I've had someone, a significant other in my life. Now, there could be two sides to that. That could be a good thing by saying,
And-
I'm waiting for the right one. I'm just waiting. The bad thing is, I don't know what it feels like. I don't know what it's like to have someone that special, not only to me, but I don't know what it feels like to be special to that person. I don't know what it's like to be in someone's arms, feeling the warmth, the love, the care. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it feels like to mean that much to someone that they would want to be with for the rest of their life. I've not even gotten a single, not to get hypocritical or whatever, even a hug to say, or something like that.
That's kind of where I want to give you pause, bro, because that is really
Deep.
it's deep, but that's also my fear. Unknown. The fear of the unknown. It's a primal thing. Every single human on this planet is afraid of not knowing what's next. What we don't know scares
future
us.
holds.
We will not admit to it, but I know it is true. It is not a psychological thing, it is a primal thing. This comes from within us. And as Michael was just saying, he doesn't know what it's going to be like. He's afraid of it. It's fear of the unknown.
There you go.
It's the one thing that drives me to be stronger. I don't know what's next, but I face it as a warrior would. I face it standing my ground, fighting.
And I want to comment on that. It's not like I am desperate to find someone at my age at 20 years old. No. I'm perfectly content with how I am and the way I live. But it would just be nice to share my life with someone that I care about, go on journeys. It's like with this episode of Full House that John Stamos' character, he gets his wife, he finally gets married, but his fiance's dad says, as soon as you put that ring on, as soon as you go down that wedding or that walking aisle, your life is over, your adventures are over. She made a quote to him after if you guys seen that episode of Full House when he tries to do the skydiving, one last big adventure, she says, if you want to go skydiving, I'll get one of them air packs and I'll strap on one of them and I'll join with you on your adventure. The adventure is just beginning. I want to share that adventure, not by myself, but with someone I care about. But, like I said, I am content with how I am. And I've always said, and Larry knows I've said it many times before, if it happens, it happens. And if it don't, I'm still going to be content with how I'm going. Anyway, I think we continue with this conversation long enough. Let's move on.
Okay, I'd just like to say that this interview has made me feel like my legs are about to fall off. So
he's literally
I am literally sitting right under a desk, pretty much with my legs crossed like I'm a pretzel. I just wanted to announce that to everybody. Okay.
Honestly, guys, if I could snap a picture and just freeze frame it right here, I would,
but we
I can't.
And
hard.
so I kind of did skip over a favorite video or
Favorites thing.
a favorite question. I'm sorry. This is my first interview. I'm kind of nervous myself doing.
You're doing fine.
It's
You're doing
alright.
okay.
I just have some standards that I want to look up as myself just with these interviews.
Anyway, continue.
So I did skip over a favorite question, and it's actually one that I thought all of you guys would like. I thought I would get some really good answers from you guys. But what is your favorite band and favorite artist?
Oh, yes. Okay, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck. Well, I guess we start with Johnny Blaze. That way he can get his rant and rave over.
Oh,
I already know what it is.
my favorite band ever since the 90s, man. Ever since they came out in the 90s, is Disturbed. Also, they're coming out with their new album, Immortalized, on August 21st.
I saw how he got up with a jump of energy when I saw that question
man.
pops up.
I love that band.
I should have asked that
That's
question
actually-
a lot earlier in the interview. Everybody would have been
To
pumped.
be honest, that is the only band I listen to now.
Anyway, for me, I love old rock and roll. I love Kiss, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, my mom's generation. I hate to say it, but I'd rather listen to more of that stuff than I listen to Lady Gaga. No disrespect, Madonna, Rihanna,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. No.
Rock and roll.
Joan Jett,
Yes.
all that. But I also have a space in my heart to listen to like the old classics of Motown from the 60s, the Supremes, Marvin Gaye, the Temptations, the Four Tops,
Temptations, yes.
the Jackson 5. I love
Which I would like to say that he's wearing the shirt of
Michael
Michael Jackson
Jackson
right now. And I did say
That
artist.
is one cool dude. I don't give a damn who says what about him.
this man
This man
is
was
the
a
most iconic
legend.
entertainer that has ever lived, and I am proud to be a part of his fan base. I've been following him since his early years. I actually watched my all-time favorite Michael Jackson music video / song was "Will You Be There" from the Free Willy soundtrack. I unfortunately lost touch with other music genres, and it was not until his unfortunate passing that I really got into it, and I used to do his dances really good, and I am proud to be a part of the Michael Jackson fan base.
And
Love
the
you.
legacy.
I love you, Michael. I wish you were still here. The
That
world,
guy was-
the
that
world
man-
needs you.
Yeah.
I have to
You are
agree
the-
with Mike G. That man was a legend and an icon.
But I want to take a moment to not only recognize his music, I want to recognize his heart. He had one of the biggest hearts in the world. He
Despite
loved.
his
He loved.
background.
He loved.
Yeah.
He loved the earth. He loved children, animals. He
loved
made it.
nature.
He made it so. His life was based on making the world a better place. He was the spokesman person of that. He wanted to help kids get. If it was a kid that needed an organ donor, he would say, "Where can I get this organ donor? What can I do?" He'd take time out of his day to visit a children's hospital and lighten up their day. And he was a nature person. He loved the outside.
Yes, he
he
did.
loved the outdoors. He hated about how facts were people were the rainforest being destroyed, destruction of,
And he didn't like getting presents.
and he never once said that. He never took the time to say, "I'm Michael Jackson. I'm not going to sign your autograph. I'm not going to take this picture with you. I don't care." He loved his fans more than anything in the world, and how he left this world is tragic because I feel like he was gone too soon. His message is still not being represented as good as it should be, and I proudly say this man will forever live on, and I will be proudly supporting this shirt for the rest of my life and his legacy, not only his music, but his actions and his words.
Now I gotta say, I'm gonna continue on with this because really I was trying to think of it. I'm gonna have to stick with Michael Jackson because he really is an awesome dude, like Mike G's been saying. And I hate how everyone says that because he had the crappiest background, because of his father, it made him a child molester, that it made him an awful person, and it was a bunch of other shit. Wrong. If you are one of the people who say that, you're wrong. I'm fired up about it, but I'm not going to get too fired up about it. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to upset anyone. I'm just saying you're wrong. You didn't get to take the time, like
To
me
really
and Michael,
understand.
to understand, to relate, to try to figure
You
out
gotta think. If
why he was doing what he did.
You
in the
think
first
about
place.
this. Do you think if you were 5 years old and made to perform in front of your father that beat you with a belt if you missed a step?
Oh, yeah.
You were in front of a stage of audiences at the age of 5. He basically had no childhood. He said it in many interviews when he was 6 or 7 years old, he'd be in the recording studio and he'd be standing and looking out a window, kids playing on the playground playing basketball while he was busy in copying songs, writing songs, making music, touring. You tell me, is that a normal childhood life?
If you say that's a normal childhood, then you're neglecting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's just no way around it.
Anyway, subject on long enough. PR.
Next question,
so,
please.
Alright, so
Really?
This actually might be a popular one.
what is your guys' biggest dreams? Just any dream that you guys have that you want to make come a reality before you die, you know?
Guys, can I start this one off?
Sure.
Now, these guys know this better than anyone, and I'm pointing to these two. Paul Riley, you kind of understand this a little bit too. My biggest dream is not really a normal dream. I don't want to be big. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be recognized for some crazy thing down the road. My biggest dream is being part of the research into finding a cure for type 1 diabetes. I have been diagnosed with this since I was borderline 10 years old. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes June 14th, 2004. I have been diagnosed with diabetes for 11 years. There are people out there who have had it longer than I have, and they suffer. You may just look at this person and be like, oh, they have a normal life. What you may not know is that if they have a little backpack, a purse, a backpack, a purse, a little shoulder bag, whatever it may be, you don't know. It could have a glucometer, it could have insulin, glucose tabs. It could have something in there trying to keep them alive. What I want to be known for, if I die, is to be known as a provider to the research funds for type 1 diabetes so we can find a cure. I don't enjoy sticking myself every time in the finger just so I can eat, and then afterwards having to take a shot just to keep myself alive. It sucks.
That's scary.
When you think about it, you have a fear of needles, but if you get diabetes, you don't have a choice.
You have to take those,
You
otherwise
have to
you're basically
take
putting
it.
your life on the line.
Whether or not you like it, you have to take it. Some people, again, look for the easy way out. That's not the answer. I'm a living example.
Mm-hmm.
Like many other diabetics out there, we fight every day of our lives
To stay alive.
to stay alive, to see the smiles on our loved ones' faces, just to see our son, our daughter being born, just to hold our grandbabies in the future.
To walk our future daughters down the aisle.
Just to walk our daughter down that line, to see
Her
our
future
son
husband.
or our daughter graduate from
Right.
college and excel in whatever field they're going for. That's what I want to see. I want to see my kids excel in life. I want to see my grandkids being born. I want to live my life. And if that means having to take that shot
Every day.
4 times a day, every day for the rest of my life, I'll do it. Until we find a cure, that is my only option. I'm living. And I will fight for my life.
My dreams, I used to have 2 dreams that were far-fetched, crazy. One was being a music person, doing music for fun, like Michael Jackson or Def Leppard or Kiss. Then at one time I wanted to be a NASCAR driver because I love racing. I love Dale Earnhardt. I unfortunately didn't get to watch him much before his untimely passing back in 2001. I love his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Always be a Junior fan. I love racing. I want to race. But my life, I just... Basically like Larry, but I don't have no health issues. I just want to live my life to the fullest, to my full potential. I want to have a wife, have kids, walk my daughter down the wedding aisle if I have a daughter, watch my kids graduate from high school, watch my kids have babies, and I get to hold my grandbabies in my hand. I want to make my life a success and have my future generation be a success, and